All new on prime time, it's Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and people are encouraged to wear blue to spread the word about warning signs to look out for and how to help. Human trafficking involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sexual act. Today, I spoke with a man who rescues victims and fights against this often invisible crime every day.
This is a major epidemic. And unfortunately, it goes unseen.
Joe Sweeney is on the front lines of spreading awareness about human trafficking. He's CEO of the nonprofit, the Acervo Project. For him, January 11th is about bringing the human trafficking epidemic out of the shadows.
The crime itself, how the crime is conducted from an organized fashion, what the survivors go through to get through it, and also some ideas and some initiatives for prevention.
This year, he hopes to double their number of seminars to educate more kids and adults. Sweeney and his experienced staff hunt down traffickers and predators through surveillance and evidence work. They hand leads over to law enforcement. The Acervo Project also runs a tip line.
We're getting calls not only here in Western Pennsylvania in the tri-state area, but all over the country. And we follow up on these leads, and it's we're looking to add to our resources because of the workload.
Sweeney was a supporter of a state Senate bill signed into law just before the new year. Act 39 ensures children no longer have to identify a trafficker to access services.
It's kind of twofold. It's starting to address the demand issue by holding the buyers accountable, and it's also protecting the identity of the minors who up until now, they had to identify themselves and they had to be in the same room with their abuser, which was very problematic.
Sweeney says you can make a difference by simply talking about the dangers of trafficking with family, friends, or colleagues.
If you have young kids, and even young adult children who may be vulnerable, bring it to light. Don't be afraid to have the conversations. Don't be afraid to reach out to organizations like ours if you have a question. It doesn't have to be a lead.
And the Acervo Project even played a role at a public hearing about human trafficking today. A Senate committee met with the nonprofit's director of investigations, along with other organizations and law enforcement. With January being Human Trafficking Prevention Month, they discussed the complexities of the crime, legislation development, awareness and education, and support for survivors. Attorney General Michelle Henry testified there as well. She just announced the launch of the office's first ever human trafficking section to better investigate and prosecute cases and get help to survivors.